Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Family, what's up? I'm trying to figure out how to get to this chat, y'all. What's up, family? I'm trying to figure out how to pull up my chat, man. It's not pulling up. Let me figure out how to pull up this chat. How to pull up this chat. Trying to figure out how to pull up this chat, y'all, so I can see what y'all saying. Click the three dots. Pop out chat. Let's see. Let's see how to do this. Boom. What did it say? Open YouTube. Live. Click on live video. This currently running. On the right side of the video with John, three dots. John. Select pop out chat. Trying to figure out, okay. Pop out chat. Climb over LeBron. Lakers are fraud. Joker. I don't know, man. I don't know if Joker was off, bro. Joker wasn't off, bro. Joker was missing a lot of free throws. I think he missed like 5 free throws, bro. He missed like 5 free throws. But that was a good game. Let me figure out how to get this chat going over here, y'all, before I continue. Hold on. This will open the live chat window. Copy the URL. Copy. Then bring it over here. Add chat to US. Open US. Sources. Browser. Okay. Paste. June. to 350. I'm almost there, chat. Just give me 1 sec. Height to 600. Okay, you should now see. Hey, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna make that bigger. All right, man. So what we saying? Refresh your page, see if that helps. Yeah, I probably should have done that the first time, Pete. You right. Yeah, that was a good game. I'm not mad. Shaft, I 100% agree. That's one of the best first round games I've seen. But I'm gonna tell y'all this. Listen, if y'all rooting for the Nuggets, I'm telling y'all this now, chat. If y'all room for the Nuggets, but Kawhi Leonard is playing like that, Clippers winning. Clippers winning. Because I'm going to tell y'all, man, I want to be optimistic, but if we know anything about Jamal Murray, bro, he's consistently inconsistent. He played well tonight. I'm not mad at him. No complaints. Russell Westbrook, we got the full Russell Westbrook experience once again. I feel like in one game with Russell Westbrook, there's a roller coaster, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a roller coaster with him. He'll lose the ball. He'll do something crazy. He'll go up and get a wild layup. I feel like Russ's hands are like this small, and the ball is like that big. You know what I'm saying? But then he'll hit like 2-3 clutch threes in a row, and I'm like, Russ, I love you, bro. I be having like a love-hate relationship with Russ. Is that how y'all feel about it too? Mm-hmm. Norman and Bogdan should stop ghosting. Yeah, nah, they ain't played particularly well. And remember, I don't know if y'all saw my video a couple of weeks ago, but I said that I got the Clippers coming out of the West only behind the Thunder. Like, if the Thunder don't come out, I got the Clippers coming out the West. But the reason I said that was because of Bogdanovich. He's a dark horse on that team, and he hasn't played well so far. But I'm telling y'all, man, I used to watch him when he was in Atlanta with Trae Young. That kid can really, really shoot. Yeah, MPJ did all right. He did all right. Whenever he touches the ball, bro, I'll be like, give it up. The only time he should shoot it is when he at the 3-point. The only time he should touch the ball is when he at the 3-point line. Because outside of that, he don't know what to do with it, y'all. Each player's critical point in the series. I know. But this what y'all gotta understand. The Nuggets missed like 11 free throws, man. Let me go and look. They missed like 11 free throws. Jokic missed like 6. He missed like, I think like 5 or 6 free throws. Let's see. That's crazy. Jokic didn't even have his best game and still finished with 26, 12, and 10 and 50% shooting from the field. You know what I'm saying? Murray was 9 for 17 for 23 points. Aaron Gordon was 5 for 13. He wasn't that efficient, but I don't even look at his game as a bad game though. I think he did a lot of intangible things you can't that won't show on the stat sheet. Christian Brown, he only had 5 points, but I'm just such a huge Christian Brown fan, bro, because I think he's just a solid player. I think he's improving. I think he doesn't overdo it. I think he knows his role. And he comes in clutch. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all what I was surprised to hear though. I heard one of the Van Gundys that was narrating or commentating for the game. He's the first person on national television I heard say that Nikola Jokic should win the MVP. I think he's the first one and the only one I've ever heard say that. Everybody else has either said SGA or has taken a neutral stance, but sounds like they're more so leaning towards Jokic. Yeah, Stan Van Gundy, yeah. Michael, the possession ends here. yo, that's a good one. Michael, the possession ends here, Porter Jr., ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely. If he gets the ball, what I really hate about Michael Porter Jr., y'all, is when he gets the ball, if he gets the rebound and starts to push it, I'm like, stop. Get a ball up. Stop. Do not, whatever you do not give the ball to Michael Porter Jr. off a rebound. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, dude. I'm not a fan of that one. Y'all saw what he did. He got the ball off a rebound. It was like a long rebound. He caught it by the 3-point line, and the Nuggets was getting ready to push it. He turned around. He was ready. He didn't know what to do because he's so used to catching it and shooting it. He got the ball, turned around to push it, and tried to pass it, and like he wanted to dribble it at the same time. He just lost the ball. It was like it was a malfunction. Your role is not to dribble. I saw a quote from the Rockets and the Warriors game last night, which, by the way, that was a good game. And what's his name? Jimmy Butler. There was a quote where Jimmy Butler told, what's the three-pointer on their team, the three-point shooter on their team? Buddy Hield. He told Buddy Hield, stop dribbling. I hate it when you do that. I wish I could pull that up. He was like, quit dribbling. I hate it when you do that. That's how I feel about Michael Porter Jr. And to be honest, I feel that way about Russ at times too, but more so Michael Porter Jr. Like, bro, stop dribbling the ball, bro. Stop dribbling the ball, bro. Heck yeah. How y'all feeling about that game though? Like, are y'all happy? What do y'all think was the biggest reason the Nuggets lost? What do you think is the biggest reason the Clippers won? I think we know the reason the Clippers won. Like, that's why I'm telling y'all, man. The Clippers just like, they had a lot of stretches throughout this game where their role players just wasn't like consistently doing what they're supposed to be doing. But Batum has been, he's been a key piece for them. I mean, it was a few times he caught the ball off a pass. He didn't even bring it down to shoot it. He caught the ball, kept it up here, and just shot it. None but the bottom. None but the bottom. And Kawhi Leonard out there looking like Kawhi Leonard Jordan. James Harden wasn't, let me look at his stats. James Harden wasn't crazy. He can go crazy tonight. But he hit some tough shots, man. Let me see. James Harden he only had 18. He went 7 for 17, so he wasn't that efficient. Kawhi had 39, dude. Dude. I thought Batum had more points than that. He only had 6 points. But those 2 threes he hit was pretty solid. I like those, but this isn't one of those games, man, where I could just complain. This is not going to be one of those games where I could just complain about a whole lot. I think both teams played comparatively well, right? I think both teams could have played better. But when you compare them to each other, I think they played comparatively well. You know what I'm saying? He has the dirt quick release. I agree. No, I 100% agree. Well, I mean, we kind of protected home court. You know, we went 1 for 1. We just we gotta steal one of those games in LA, because that's gonna be a whole different ball game. Because you know, one of the running narratives in the NBA about Denver is that you got to go out there in this mile high city. It's a completely different thing when you're playing in Denver, and that's an advantage for them. And if you don't get out there and win both games, I mean, you kind of make it hard on yourself. Mm-hmm. I think Michael Porter Jr. Injured himself, and y'all told me, one of y'all import, you told me that Murray was hurt, and that's why he was wearing the long sleeve fit for the game. I mean, he wasn't playing like he was hurt. He like normal Murray to me, or at least the Murray when he decided to show up. I just really hate the low percentage shots that Murray takes. I mean, he's in love with those type of. He'll make them, and they're not going anywhere without Murray. But man, I just wish he took more efficient shots sometimes. It's 12 a.m. where I am. What time is it where y'all at? It's 12 a.m. where I'm at. What time is it where y'all at, man? Yeah, at some point, man, I'm gonna learn how to share my screen, and I kind of know how to do it now, but I don't want to. I don't want to share too much and then mess up. I gotta test some of this stuff out. But y'all give me about a week or so. I'm gonna start testing this stuff out. Mm-hmm. Heck yeah. Trying to figure out how to move this. That's interesting. Hmm. What you what you mean I jinxed us? How did I jinx us? I ain't jinked the Nuggets, man. I told y'all, bro, this gonna be a hell of a series. I told y'all. It's gonna be a hell of a series, bro. It's not this isn't a situation where you got, a bunch of it's not like a bad team they playing, bro. I really believe that the Clippers could go to the finals. And if Kawhi playing like that, bro, imagine if Kawhi playing like that and then Harden on two, and they both have 40. They would have won by 15. Lakers, Wolves. I got Wolves in 6, too athletic for snow time backcourt. What do I think? I don't have an opinion on. I don't have an opinion on who I think will win that series until I see game 2. I know that sounds like a cop out, but this is what y'all got to understand. The series is not started. Well, actually, that wouldn't work. They say the series is not started until the away team has won an away game. And that kind of happened in the first game, right? But the playoffs is all about adjustments. We've seen time and time again over the years, one game, it just looks so convincing. Like that Memphis and that Thunder series. While I do think that the Thunder are going to convincingly win it, we've seen before in the past, game 2, it'll be a whole different ball game. And it'll go down to the wire. Like, how do you win by 51 points in the first game, and then you down by 2 with 30 seconds to go in the game in game 2? Because the playoffs is all about adjustments. So, and you got one of the most intellectually gifted basketball players in NBA history in LeBron James and Luka, all on the same team. And you got a pretty good coach in JJ Redick. He's a brilliant basketball mind. So it's all about the adjustments. I thought that the Lakers would win. Buster Grimes. I thought the Lakers would win it, bro. That was my prediction. I thought the Lakers would take the first game. I thought the Wolves would either get game 2 or game 3. But what ended up happening, I wasn't expecting that one though. I'll be honest with that. I wasn't expecting that at all. At all. You know what I'm saying? But I think the Wolves, though, I think you're right. I think the Wolves, that series is going to be very interesting to watch because they're long and they got a lot of defense. I actually agree with Stephen A's take from the standpoint of you just don't know if they have enough offensively. Julius Randle is one of the most irritating basketball players I've ever watched in my life. Excuse me. I felt that way about him since he played for the Lakers. I genuinely despise watching him play a lot of times. But he played pretty solid. He just has low basketball IQ. But when you watch the Wolves play, they are long. They are some dogs. They remind me of like the 2012, 2011 Memphis Grizzlies, which, ironic enough, it had Mike Conley on that team, who is currently playing with the Wolves. You had Mike Conley. You had Mark Gasol. You had Zach Randolph and them boys. You had, what's my guy's name? Kobe Bryant said that is the toughest defender that's ever defended him before. Dang, his name isn't coming to me right now. But yeah, all them boys, Rudy Gay. When you look at that squad, man, they had a team, man. All that grit, grind. That's what they remind me of. I'm all the way here for the Julius Randle. Hey, I just don't care for him, bro. Jokic is my guy, but he the bed tonight. 7 turnovers, missed free throws, too much flopping, and not aggressive enough. Come on, Joe. Look, one thing that I can appreciate is consistency. And when you call out your favorite player, that tells me that you're a fair person, and I agree with you. Jokic was flopping quite a bit tonight, but I'm going to tell you why I'm not that mad about Jokic flopping, y'all. I'm not that upset about Jokic flopping because Jokic is strategic flop. I mean, I think flopping in general is strategic, But I think Jokic is looking at his team. And I literally said this in real time while watching the game. I was laughing at him, and I think he should be called for flopping, and he should be fined for flopping like I feel by any other player. But I understand why he's doing it. He's trying to make up for what they lack. It's a numbers game. So he pays attention. They're missing easy shots. The offense has went a little stagnant. So he comes down and he tries to get Zubac in foul trouble. He's trying to bait him to foul him, right? We actually saw Jokic foul like 4 or 5 times tonight where it didn't even get called. And then it was like 2 or 3 times it did work, where they just called it a foul on Zubac or another player. And Jokic is doing that because he's trying to slow the game down so that the Clippers can't go on a run. That flop on Bogey was WWE selling. Hey, yo, I agree. Tony Allen. Yeah, that's his name, Tony Allen. I love Tony Allen, man. But heck yeah, that's what that Wolves team remind me of, bro. And the biggest thing is, obviously we already know that that Ant-Man is a stud. We already know that. But it's not just that he's a good player. It's that he's fearless, because he's giving his teammates confidence. They're going against LeBron James. You're going against the Lakers franchise. Like, that's a lot of pressure, bro. And when your best player is taunting their best player in Luka, hitting threes and then like putting it in his face and making sure that he see that you're doing it, that's letting the teammates know like he not backing down, and he's willing to taunt Luka Doncic, knowing what could come with it. Because if you get Luka Doncic fired up and he put up 50 on you, that means you costing us as a team. So if you're willing to take that risk and that chance, it means that you're prepared. It means that you're not scared. It means that you want all the smoke. Heck yeah. I got like a 1 hour lag. Nah, man, I think it's, well, maybe. I don't know when you're actually writing it. All I know is when I see it. But what I can say is, I'm still learning this live stuff, man. This is only the second ever live I've ever been on. So I'm trying to talk, but also respond to the live at the same time and interact with y'all. Nuggets overall played bad tonight, period. Too many turnovers as a team. Gordon missing a dunk. MPJ will get a rare praise from me. He hustled and showed up, but he also had a costly turnover. Yeah, I agree, man. But that's the best we're going to get out of MPJ. Like, you might get 2 or 3 more three-pointers out of him, which obviously could make a big difference. But you ain't going to get too much more from him. Like, the type of hustling he was doing tonight, he normally not doing that. So that tells me somebody had a talk with him. And I'm willing to bet that it's the interim head coach right now, David Adelman or whatever his name is. I'm willing to bet that. Yeah, I agree. If Ant had it his way, it would be just like the 90s. Just like the 90s. Heck yeah. But I think that I think game 2 for Lakers Wolves is going to be a lot closer. It's going to be a dogfight. And it's easy to say Wolves win game 2 as well since they won game 1. But like I say, every game is different in the playoffs, y'all. You got to understand that it's a game of adjustments. Mid-game adjustments, game-to-game adjustments. It changes all the time. Credit where it's due, though. Kawhi was out of his mind. Legit thought he was a machine, couldn't miss. He is a machine, bro. He's a cyborg. He's a cyborg. David Adelman looks exactly like the guy, the man. Comment. I'm gonna have to look him up. He looks like somebody. He looks like a nerd to me. I don't know who the man from the comic book is, though. I'm gonna look him up. He looks exactly like the guy, the Mad comic books. Yeah. Yo, that is so funny. He looks just like bro, he looks just like him. This dude right here. Oh, that is so funny. Yo, that is so funny. I agree. Bro, that was spot on, bro. Let me pin that comment. Shoot, they ain't gonna let me pin the comment because how I got the chat showed up. I'm gonna pin the comment later then. Cause that right there was factual. That was factual. Yeah, the freckled ginger kid. He also looks like that was a comic book. I don't know how old y'all are, man. I'm 30, but when I was a kid, there was maybe that's the comic book, but there was another book that wasn't comic. It was the what's the name of that cartoon with the white kid and his dad? He also reminds me of them. I love the way the cartoons were drew up, though. That's funny. He looked like he could also be like one of the parents for Alfalfa. Do y'all remember that? Alfalfa? He looked like Alfalfa's dad. Heck yeah, man. But yeah, man, I'm overall I'm happy with the game. Nuggets gonna have to play better. Jokic gonna have to do better with those free throws, man. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. When you talk about the turnovers, yeah, he gotta do better with the turnovers. We can't expect him to be perfect though. Especially when you consider the fact that Jokic is touching the ball almost every time down the court. I'm gonna show y'all my cat. This is my cat. Her name is Peaches. Peaches? Palm? Her name is Peaches. Her sister Cream is in there somewhere. Hey, Palm. Little Rascals. Yeah. We unks for real, Didi. Nah, that's facts. I got like I got like 7 nephews and nieces. That's a fact. Thunder threw Josh grenade back on Memphis. And but did you see what Josh said after the game though? He said they'll never play that bad again. That's really a message for his team, y'all, because I don't see them even competing with the Thunder. They're not competing with the Thunder. Nah, I'm not in Fayetteville, man. I'm in Conway, Arkansas. Conway, Arkansas. Peaches is adorable. I appreciate that. She down here brushing up against my leg. 12:30 in the morning. She should be in the room sleep. I'm actually considering going. So look, I'm located in Conway, Arkansas. I'm about 3 hours away from Memphis, and I'm about 4 hours away from Oklahoma City. I'm considering going to either one or two of the playoff games. I haven't gotten tickets yet. They're probably sold out. I've never been to an NBA game before in person. But yeah, I'm highly considering going to one of the games because they might end up sweeping Memphis. I'm not gonna lie to you, because if SGA can finish the game with 15 points, then and they still win by 51 points, they in a heap of trouble. And they just fired and Memphis just fired their coach. I just see a whole lot of dysfunction over there, personally. Redhead for life. I appreciate that. She's about 3 years old. Yep, her and her sister, Peaches and Cream. Went there for NCAA regionals in 2009 for track and field. Hey, Buster Grimes, you went to Conway or Fayetteville? I go to Fayetteville all the time though. Dang, that's solid. But I got like 10 nephews and nieces. I actually lost count. Portuguese families are different. Y'all be having babies a lot? Nah, I feel that. Job putting in the effort, it just ain't enough. Yeah, job putting in the effort, but Dang, you went to college in New York City, but you had regionals in Fayetteville, Arkansas? Y'all got a church every 3 blocks. Hey, don't ever disrespect us like that, bro. We don't got a church every 3 blocks. We have a church on every block. Every block. And a liquor store on every other block. Been to Hot Springs, Arkansas. Beautiful place. Austin Reeves from out by y'all, right? Yep. Austin Reeves is from out here. AR-15. Fun fact, we've only had a select few people from Arkansas to go to the league. Actually, we've had more recently. But you got some of the biggest names. Obviously, the biggest name of all time. Well, I mean, that's debatable, but it's between Scottie Pippen and Derek Fisher. So Scottie Pippen, the college I graduated from, fun fact, here in Conway, Arkansas, was the college that Scottie Pippen went to play basketball, which is crazy because he ended up going to the league, obviously, and playing with Michael Jordan. And then, of course, Derek Fisher, he went to, I believe, UALR, which is in Little Rock, Arkansas, so our state capital. You got Bobby Portis, obviously, who plays with Giannis. You got Moody, who's obviously playing with Steph. You got Joe Johnson. I think Joe Johnson is from Arkansas. Who else? I'm leaving somebody else out that's from Arkansas. Y'all won't know who this is, but it's a guy by the name of Archie Goodwin. He wasn't a star player in the league, but pretty solid player out here. He was a star all throughout Arkansas. He's playing overseas now. Hey, that's funny. The churches got to get their wine from somewhere. Nah, that's funny. That's funny. Has that thick Arkansas drawl. Yeah, that's funny. Heck yeah. But yeah, man. All right, squad. Listen, I ain't gonna stay on here too long, man. The next time I go live, though, I'm gonna have it figured out where I can share my screen, and we can. I'm gonna share my screen, where we can look at the stats and maybe watch some highlights together, man. And we can go through some stuff and maybe do like play by play as I continue to grow this second channel over here. Electric Cowboy Dance Hall after the track meet. Them cowgirls grind hard. Yo, that's crazy. How long ago was this? The fact that you remember that is impressive if you're not from Arkansas. I've been to the Cowboys several times. It's not really my favorite. It's not like my go-to. It's a lot of country music that's played there. I'm more of a R&B, hip hop, even pop person. Like I can vibe even if you put on some pop, but I like country music, but I don't want to listen to too much country music when I'm out clubbing or partying. 2009. Wow, man, that's impressive. Are you saying you haven't been there since 2009? No way you remember that. The girl was memorable. I heard that. White, black, Hispanic, Indian, Asian. What ethnicity was the girl? My man said he said church on every corner, liquor store on every other corner. The church got to get their wine from somewhere. I heard that. White girl. White girl. Yeah, that's not surprising at all. You was at the Cowboy. It's other races and ethnicities that go to the Cowboy, but it's definitely mostly gonna be white girls. For sure. I don't know how you do it. Do you like your girls feisty? That's funny. Well, we finna get up out of here, gang. We match the energy. I heard that. Well, look. Me and Peaches finna say good night. Nuggets lost tonight. Give me some sugar. Nuggets lost tonight. But hopefully we'll get the next one. I'm personally fine if Clippers or Nuggets come out of this series. I'm fine with either team. It all depends on who wins the Thunder Memphis series, which I think we all can put together that it's definitely going to be the Thunder. Because I'm pretty sure that that's who the Nuggets play next. I don't know if you rock with that, but maybe having a Discord or something like that would be an idea. And then have people talk to you directly on stream. Okay, I'll look into Discord. I've seen people use it. I never used it before, but I'll look into it for sure. So I'll do that, man. I'm gonna hop up off here, guys. Y'all have a good night, and maybe I'll hop back on stream sometime later.